What's up, guys? We're live right now, so this is a pre-recorded live video. If you guys are looking at it later, sorry if it's boring, or if it's long, or if I'm just sanding or doing random stuff on the Supra video. If you guys just want to hang out in the shop for a little bit, that's what we're doing. That's kind of the purpose of this video. I didn't have a video just because, you know, obviously working on the Supra takes a little bit longer than doing other random stuff, and I don't want to just like throw a video out of me like sanding the fence, because I really haven't got like a whole lot done on it in the past couple days. But a few little things. So I got the door jambs all sanded, but underneath here wasn't primed. It was actually all bare metal. So I hit that with some etching primer. I ran into some issues up here with the radiator support, so that's why there's kind of a little bit of a delay. So today was actually, I wanted to have the door jambs painted last night, and then ran into kind of a delay with, I guess just myself, because I was being lazy and just, you know, messing around for too much, and just kind of didn't really have like a whole lot of motivation to actually get it, you know, worked on and stuff. So I've been, you know, basically dealing with that. Kind of got in like a lazy mode or something. But Ty's over here, he's changing the oil on his Saab, making a mess. Right?
Not a David mess though.
Not a David mess. David changed oil on a 7.3 out in the parking lot, and he forgot to use an oil pan.
Yes. I pressure washed the bottom of the 7.3. You still got
Is it full? It's pretty
Think
full.
I can fit the rest of that?
I don't know.
It's not. It's almost.
Yeah.
So there was like 400 people here, and then I pointed them at Ty, and then they all went away. But no, look, Dave in a pink shirt. Dave in a pink shirt. So I don't know. Does Dave ever? Oh wow. Sometimes he does, I guess. Burnout in the Supra. I don't know if we're gonna do a burnout in anything today. Dave's knees. Everybody wants to know what Dave's doing. So yeah, on the other thing I need to do is I need to reprime the hood, because there was a little bit of a deal up here, which isn't too big of a deal, but I need to reprime the hood. So plan is the goal for tonight, and kind of I guess the plan is I need to basically just finish, because I have a little bit of icing, a little bit of body flare. There's a couple little low spots. So when somebody pulled the engine out of here before, it bent this thing in, and then there was like a lot of like little chips kind of along this ridge that I didn't really pay attention to, because I was more focused on these crazy tubs and that big situation that was, you know, the tubs. And so I never really looked at the radiator support. I just kind of, I don't know, I got busy, and you know how that stuff is. I was looking at the big damage, not the little stuff. So then right here, kind of a little low spot right there. Couple little random things. Same thing with over here. There's a couple spots where the guy, the previous, you know, race car dude, or one of the 5 previous people that tried to turn this thing into a race car, they welded a couple of the holes shut, and there's a couple little low spots on them. So I'm kind of fixing that. I just don't want to necessarily rush this thing. I think I'm getting kind of more so in my own head too much about it, like in stressing about little things, because I start looking at things, and then I don't know. I just want it to turn out nice, and you know, I want to show you guys the process of making it nice. But I sanded this fender with 400 grit, then 600 grit, and it's super smooth. Like it's crazy, because in the light, it actually looks like it's like shiny already. But yeah, so I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw you guys right here on this this tripod. Oh, those of you guys who are asking about like the merchandise, so we had Ty, should we explain we had more issues with so we have another thing of key tags that should be here. They were supposed to be here Thursday. We got like all the daily key tags. We basically did all those at once. I think there's not that many orders. We got basically caught up with like 80 to 90% of them. So there's just a few random little things that we got to catch up on. So if you guys haven't received your order yet, or a shipping confirmation or anything, it's coming. So we should have everything out by next Monday, like that night. So Tuesday at the very latest, should have everything out, and then be good. But like I said, we ran into some issues with some local suppliers, you know, not being able to like I guess, put us in line at the correct time. I don't know. And then the hats had a bunch of issues because of the foam. And then so they've been giving us like a couple a day and a couple here and there. So that's been kind of a pain in the butt. But it seems like the people who've got the hats are pretty stoked about the hats. No, I haven't fixed the trailer yet. The axle's just hanging out outside of the shop right now in David's pressure washer mess. LS3, the Supra. But yeah. What?
So you thought about it.
Thought about what?
Putting an LS in the Supra?
Yeah, I did. Somebody told me to LS3 the Supra. No, I almost put a like an LS3 with the LSA, like a ZL1 engine in it, but that didn't end up working out. I didn't want to make myself mad when I started it. It would have been cool, but I didn't want to make myself mad. I haven't. So I'm talking to an importer in California right now about a 2J. I'm gonna order a 2J for the Supra, and then my uncle, he has some old school hot rods, and he actually wants to put one in one of those, which would be pretty cool. So I basically need to order two 2Js from them, and just waiting on compression test videos and stuff. But I'm not gonna be painting the inside of the Supra the same color. I'm probably just gonna do black on the inside, and I'm probably not really gonna paint it. I'm just gonna get some Pour 15 and just kind of brush it on the floor in the couple spots that were exposed, because it's gonna have full interior. This dash bar or whatever, it's gonna get replaced with basically the one out of the parts Supra over there. So everything underneath the dash will all be like clean and new, and that's why I'm not really worried about getting like overspray or anything on all this stuff, because it's all getting replaced anyhow. What else? I don't know. This thing's, I mean, it's straight. It's super straight. I mean, you look at that roof. It's kind of hard to tell in this thing because it's not that great. But I don't know. I'm gonna do like the Rhino liner. Oh, so somebody said like the color of the seats and stuff. This car over here, I guess I could go show you that car. It has the tan interior in it, and so the plan is to just do basically it for now, and then just to get her kind of going. You could tell this thing's kind of, but it has tan carpet and then tan seats, but the dash and everything is all black. And obviously like the door cards and door panels, rear seats. So I might be getting a set of black rear seats for it, and then probably do like some like actual like racing seats on some seat rails up here, and then maybe they make a carpet kit that goes over like the factory carpet that's like black, because I do want like black carpet in it. Basically I want like a full black interior in it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I cut it, I think. I don't know what I did. I did something with it. I got rid of it because you said you didn't want it. Remember when you said you didn't want it? I used it for something. I painted it, and then I might have threw it away. I think I threw it away. I thought about spray painting the interior. I thought about it. How much for the S14 on the rack? That's my backup S14. It's all caged and everything ready to go. No, so I was gonna do that Raptor liner basically under the wheel wells and underneath the car. So what I'll do is I'll do like the Raptor liner kind of with its like high texture underneath, and then basically underneath the car it's already kind of undercoated. I was gonna thin it down and then basically just spray it out of a regular paint gun a little bit, so it'll be kind of rubberized, undercoated, protected, or whatever. I still have that, but I'm gonna go with a VVTi 2JZ in the Supra. I don't want to do the non-VVTi thing. Oh, the turbo I'm gonna use on the Supra is a Garrett GTX 3584 RS, which is like their it's like their 1,000 horsepower capable like GT35R. Basically the same turbo that's on my drift car, so it'll spool about the same, should almost probably faster, and but it has like a V-band exhaust housing, all that type of stuff. I have too many Honda engines laying around. I don't know. The plan is to paint the Supra before SEMA. So I initially wanted to have it painted this week, it's looking about maybe this weekend or like Monday or something like that. And then, you know, obviously we're going to be going out to SEMA the weekend after that, I think, whatever day it is. But yeah. Somebody's asking where's Jesse been. So Jesse has a job and a girlfriend, and so he hasn't been hanging out as much. He was here last night and hanging out for a bit, but I wasn't like making a video or anything. He was towing his enclosed trailer, and he bought like a tuner for his truck and his Dodge. So that's why he hasn't been at any drift events, because he actually messed up the tranny in his Cummins. So he's been kind of bummed about that, but he got a new daily, and but yeah. Somebody said a girlfriend. What's his name? That's a pretty good one. How much will you sell your Supra once you fix it and sell the other Supra?
Oh, sorry, that's a good brush.
So, yeah, that's the shitty one. But yeah, I'm not planning on really stopping at any of the. What was I saying? No, I'm not planning on selling any of the Supras. That's what I was saying.
1 million.
So, dun, dun, dun. Seems like all good patents in the keys. Somebody's asking if they could come to the shop. No, I would rather not have, like, I guess people just show up at the shop and like hang out or anything. It's I don't know. I would rather keep that for, like, you know, either like a car meet or like a drift event or something. I mean, it's just, I guess it's kind of awkward, you know, because I'm not really sure, you know, like people know so much about me and the shop and everything, but then I don't necessarily know them, so I would rather, I guess, not have people show up over here. Somebody was asking that.
Try to see everyone else in complex.
Yeah, exactly. But dun, dun, dun. So the plan for power on the Supra is I don't know. I would like 600 right away, but I would like it to be. I don't know. I think it would be cool to make like 1,000. Like try to do one of those builds, like stock block, like completely unopened, and try to make 1,000 just with supporting mods, basically like standalone injectors and turbo, and just crank it up. I think it'd be cool. I seen there was like a Z31 that had basically a unopened 2J VVTi, just, you know, basically exactly like I said, like standalone turbo and injectors and stuff, and it made like 1,000 or so. So I think that'd be kind of cool, but I definitely think I could get 800 out of it pretty easy. So that's what I would like to do before I ever go, you know, crazy with it. I'm not sure if I ever want to do like a crazy like 1,200 plus like horsepower build, but I think it'd be cool to have like a dyno number of like 1,000 and then keep it at like 6, and, you know, somewhere in there. I don't know. Dave finally wised up though, right?
Huh?
You finally wised up.
No, I just do heels.
What is that you have in your hand?
It's a plastic cover.
For what? What is that, Dave?
I don't know.
I thought you were an RB guy. I thought you liked RBs.
No, I do like RVs.
But how come there's a 2J sitting there on the ground with your name on it?
RVs aren't $600, so
Oh man, you just told everybody how much you paid for that thing.
that's fine.
Because you ain't gonna sell it for that, huh? Because you're gonna put it in something because you want something that actually runs.
No, I'll put it in something.
I don't know. I always talk crap to David because he's an RB guy and I'm a 2J guy, and I don't know. I like 2Js because they work if you keep them simple enough.
RVs work too if you dry something, or you don't take them over red line.
Yeah, you put
That's it.
$6,000 in it.
Dave's knees. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Dave's knees. It's winter time. They're put away for the season.
Yeah. Maybe not till we get to SEMA.
The plan for the Supra, or plan for the Civic. This thing is
Can it sit on that shelf?
it's just gonna sit on the shelf for a little bit. I thought about pulling it off and actually doing some stuff with it. The other thing I think I should probably do is actually start sanding in this video. I've been paying attention to the comments and stuff. Like I said, I was kind of sad I didn't have a video for today. So I went ahead and I decided to live stream. Sorry. Uh-oh. I'm putting this thing on your gloves. All the ones laying around. Alright, so just to let you know, guys, I'm not going to be looking at the comments anymore for a minute, just because I'm probably just gonna start sanding on this thing, because like I said, this radiator support had too much random stuff on it for me to be happy with it. Maybe, hey Ty, what are you doing? Ty, hey, do you want to come over here and read comments? Make sure people aren't getting too belligerent in the comment section of this thing.
Ty's sick.
Yeah, Ty's sick. Ty is pretty sick. No, somebody was asking if the shop has a bathroom. So the shop has a bathroom. You can see there's a toilet in there. There's a sink. There's a hot water heater up there. So you got like hot water. It has an office. It has internet. Right, Ty? Mm-hmm. Somebody said Ty looks like Justin Timberlake. Send that primer. Mobile One is garbage. It's what Saab recommends. It's what Saab recommends. What's wrong with RBs? I don't know. They're harder to get parts for than 2Js or JZs in general.
Take a lot of money to get them dope.
The oiling issues. They sound really good. Like I owned a RB25 S14, and it was like the best sounding car ever. But I never really had any issues with it. But I didn't want to have issues with it. What are you doing?
You never had any issues with it.
I never had any issues with it because I had it like running. I drove it for a total of like.
I never had any issues with it, but I broke off supercharged Mustangs all day long.
Okay, so I raced a supercharged Mustang. And if you guys want, if you want to see the RB25 S14, I painted it and did stuff with it, and then basically like as I was painting it, somebody wanted to buy it. So I basically got it painted, made like a video walking around it, and then sold it. But it's like a random video on my channel from like 3 years ago. It was like
4 years ago.
Caged S14 paints something I don't know, some stupid title that I had. But if you guys,
it was a S14 rev to 12,000.
Oh
or
no,
something?
10,000 RPM, RB25 or something like that, because the tack was wrong. Yeah. And it looked like you were revving to 10 grand all the time. But yeah, I raced a Pro Charge Mustang GT and like I broke them off. But yeah, that sounded tight. That was a really cool sounding car. But I don't know. I bought it and kind of did a few little things. It was running weird. Had like an SAFC in it with all the wrong settings. And so yeah.
Someone asked if you'd ever do like customer car builds, or why you don't do full builds.
Why I don't. So actually, recently I've had a lot of people asking about like builds for them, or I don't know. I guess I used to do customer work, but it's always like a pain in the ass. You know, it's like the money, like they don't have the money, or they like can't afford to pay you to do it like the best way possible. You know, so at first I was doing like a lot of like kind of cheap, not really builds for people, you know, mostly it was like repairs for like guys that would wholesale cars at auctions and stuff. So that's where I mostly learned how to do a lot of like the repairs and stuff. And then I always did like the performance thing, like for me, because I liked doing the performance stuff. And then it turned into that. But I've never really done like builds. I sold the 1J swap and then swapped it in somebody's car. But that was just because it made it easy to get rid of the engine. Because he was like, okay, I have an S14 with a KA in it, and I want to buy your 1J. And I was like, okay, well, give me the KA, and I'll like throw it in there for you. But I don't know, I just have so much of my own random stuff and my own builds. Unless it was something like super crazy and unique, and somebody could like actually pay you to do it, that would be cool. But it seems like it's a common trend where people want to like trade a cool project for like build videos. And I don't know. I got my own builds that I want to mess with. Oh, this is a trick that you guys were bitching at me telling me about, is to save sandpaper, is you use a little Scotch-Brite or to, you know, clean up all the stuff out of the sandpaper. Because this is just some of that icing. What do you think, Ty?
So the BMW is still around. It's just parked. Nothing's happened with it. It's still just parked for now.
Yeah, the BMW is just sitting outside collecting, not dust. Well, I guess it is collecting dust.
Yeah, dirt dust.
So I guess if you guys have good questions, ask Ty and he'll sift through them. And I'll stop the sanding. David will answer questions too. You could go point the camera at David and David will ask some questions.
That's alright.
I don't know if we want David on live video. He doesn't have a filter sometimes. Right, Dave?
I don't know. I say what needs to be said all the time.
So I see RVs come up a couple times. Same thing. It's just chilling, not much. But plan is still do in-frame rebuild, possibly.
Yeah, so I mean, it needs an in-frame rebuild, and it's just, you know, obviously with it was like Supra, Adam's car, giveaway car, and then now it's like back on the Supra again. So it just hasn't, like, I guess, found its way into the lineup yet. But I would like to finish it. But it's
Dave's RVs make 0 power because none of them are together. None of them work.
Yeah.
Right, Dave? Yeah. I mean, it's true. They make 0 power right now.
I don't know, I like talking crap to David. So, David, should we explain the issue of why you don't have like running RBs? Tell him why you don't have running RBs.
Why I don't have a running RP?
Yeah, but maybe talk loud. I don't know if people could hear.
I don't know. Probably because I do the flip thing too much.
You do the flip thing. So David gets something to a point, and then he's like, I don't really want to do this. But primarily, the reason I would say that David doesn't like necessarily have like a running like RB is because with David it's like he helps me with my stuff because I'm okay with not going like 120% and going like super crazy with stuff, whereas David just, I don't know, he'll start down the path and then he's like, all right, it would be cool if I did this, but I'm not gonna do that because there's something better. But then that something better is like really, really expensive. And then it's just this, it turns into this crazy package of just insanity, like in David's head. Like, and that's why I feel like David hasn't got, you know, because like if he's going to do an RB, he's going to do like a dry sump one. But then I don't know. He just wants to go too crazy with stuff. And I would say that's probably it. Whereas I'm okay with like keeping stuff a little simpler and then, you know, not going crazy. Whereas David just can't not go crazy. So I guess that would be would you say that's the best way to explain it, Dave?
I mean, like, if I'm going to build an RB, it's going to have an aluminum block and...
No, okay, okay.
Block.
So that's what I was just saying. Like I forgot about that part. So he literally had 2 RB30 blocks, which are hard to get.
No, an RB30 and RB26.
So he has an
RB20. So the thing was the RB26 that I ordered from Canada was supposed to be a good running engine, and it came with like 2 spun bearings, a melted piston, and like the head was melted. It was going to go in the 240Z, but then it was fucked. So
yeah.
So then I was just like, well, I'll just 3D scan everything and design a block.
So then David has, like I said, he had a RB26 block and a RB30 block, like banging around in the bed of his truck for like a month, and he was cruising around with that. And
now they're clean.
Yeah, but now they're clean. But what he just said is he's like, I'm not gonna build an RB unless it's a billet aluminum block with dry sump. So that means like, but he doesn't trust people with the machining because he doesn't want to give somebody like the drawings to that because he doesn't want them to steal him. So he needs this like $500,000 machine to do it, but he doesn't want to.
No, he's up front to it.
He can't buy it. I don't know. Dave's crazy. So that's why I talk so much crap to him all the time. But that's why he helps me with my stuff all the time because, like I said, I'm okay with keeping it simple and like building up to things. Whereas Dave, he's just like, I'm going in. He's like, I'm not going to do it twice. We're going to do it 130% the first time.
Well, I mean, I like to go big the first time. Look at my truck. None of that shit doesn't break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, but
like,
well, I mean,
takes time and money.
How I have the like block designed, it has to be dry sump because it's like designed into the block.
Yeah, so David wants a billet aluminum RV26 block.
30.
RV30 block.
With a 26 head.
With a 26 head. Because David.
Who's David? Yeah.
So Ty's the monitor of the comments again.
So someone asked about my S2000. I essentially bought it in the condition it was in with the block being messed up, and just put a stock one in it and sold it to make money. But I would like to get
How much money did you make?
when it was all said and done, I actually ended up selling it to a dealership. I made, I think it was like $2,000, maybe a little less.
How much
like
money did I
1,100
make
bucks.
for swapping that son of a bitch for you?
I don't know. You haven't sold any of the turbo stuff or the engine and trans I gave you.
How much money did I make for deleting all that fucking bullshit wire?
I told you I'd pay you, and you
quit
said don't worry about it.
Quit cussing, David. Put the cuss filter on for the live.
Yeah. The monetization, bud, they'll get you. The YouTubers, they'll come in and just
What
get you.
about TJ Hunt? What about his?
Yeah, I've always.
This cussing, I don't know.
Yeah, my S2K was pretty nice, but I don't know, it just wasn't mine. It had someone else's issues, and so I don't know. I'm glad I got rid of it when I did. So
Hi, jeez.
yeah, but yeah, I'd like to get another one day, and just maybe do like a Craftworks supercharger kit and just leave it just like that.
That S2000 was pretty cool though. Like,
Yeah, it was. It was lowered. It had like
it looked like a Panda.
yeah, it was Panda. It
Have
was.
those wheels that you could have just like kept?
Yeah, I should have. I left the RPF ones on it when I sold it to the dealership. Even though I should have taken it
Pissed
off.
about that. I wanted those things.
Yeah, and then yeah, I was kind of dumb.
What did we do with those Z32 wheels?
I thought you put them
You
on
have
something
them.
and sold it.
Yeah, you had them
What did I put
because I
them
gave
on?
them to you.
I thought you put them on a car and sold it with them.
Because they were good except one didn't hold air or something. Or
No,
one
you
tire was
traded.
dead.
Remember Derek? You traded him these wheels because he blew.
No, that wasn't Z32 ones.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, you traded him these wheels because he blew the one tire out on the highway, and then he like blew that tire out on the highway.
Yeah,
with the guardrail.
yep, that's what it was. That's what it was.
You squirrel.
That's what it was.
So the Gen 2 turbo that was on the giveaway card, we got that from just from Garrett. So and whoever their distributor was.
Terpskis
Yeah.
by Garrett.
So yeah, turbo by Garrett. No, it wasn't anybody specific, like anything like that.
It would have been cool if it was somebody specific.
Yeah.
Seems almost straight. We're getting close.
Yeah.
So like I said tonight, the initial goal, like I said, the 2 nights ago, last night was supposed to be paint the jams, but then I ran into things, and then today the goal was paint the jams, and then I ran into some things, and then so tonight the goal is to re-primer this front with the high-vel primer, let that sit. I'll stick it out in the sun tomorrow for a little bit, and then the goal is tomorrow night paint the engine to paint the jams.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Quote.
It was gonna be tonight.
Monday's
Yeah.
video will be like.
Monday's
Tomorrow's
video is gonna be
Tomorrow
another
I'm gonna
live
paint
stream
the jams.
of sanding and priming, and I don't know.
So we got a lot of people asking about the van.
Ooh, the van.
It
So
needs
Yeah.
IPR.
well,
Why not?
Who's this?
sounds like Paul. So the van, I actually have somebody who wants to buy it from me, and basically as soon as I get it done, they'll buy it. But that goes, it's just not on the totem pole right now as far as like priority of things to get done. So plan is to get the Supra painted, go to SEMA, hopefully talk to some companies, see if we can work out some cool things for some like big boy parts on this thing. But essentially, like after SEMA, like kind of in that little transitional period until you get to like after July 1st, where when people actually have like marketing budgets for like 2018 and stuff. Like I said, we'll see if we can work out some stuff with some companies. So the Supra probably won't go crazy, until after basically January. But in the meantime, basically like November to December, I'm gonna be like putting the interior in it, getting the suspension stuff on it, cleaning stuff, painting stuff, you know, getting everything like 100% ready to basically put the motor and everything in there, which I'll probably have the engine in there, you know, do the tranny and all that stuff, get that in there, and the brakes and the diff and the axles and all that stuff, and it'll look like a Supra too. I don't like those ones. But then there's a cookie. Ty, show him the cookie. Yeah, the shop guys offer me a cookie, but those ones are like too damn sweet.
Yeah.
About a gallon of milk and I'm alright though.
They're super sweet. But what else? Oh yeah. So before before the summer, I would like to have this thing at least like 600 to 800 horse, like full like interior running and driving Supra. That's the plan. Is before the summer, and then drive it, do some cool stuff with it. If you guys are wondering why it's taking me so long to sand this, it's because I'm using 150 grit so that I don't have to go back with like a lot of high build primer to actually get her flat, get the sand scratches to go away. But and I get distracted. Ask Ty, I'm like a damn squirrel.
Oh yeah.
I'm really like a damn squirrel.
Someone asked about the CDO9s. If they'll hold 1,000 horsepower. I mean, technically, I mean, there's guys that have them with like 1,200, but that's like. Any tranny at that point is gonna need something.
I don't know. I mean,
unless it's like a B160
hold
one.
1,000 horsepower, but like how long?
But like you should.
well, like okay, so like granny shifting 1,000 horsepower on the street, you know, is a lot different than like
bang gears,
clutch kicking, and you know, so like let's say in a drift car, 1,000 horsepower, you're on 265 crazy sticky Achilles on the bank, and you're bogging in fourth gear, you know, and you're just pushing that clutch, give her a big old clutch kick, you know, to get it spinning again. That's a lot different. So supposedly, you know, on the internet, there's been guys that have had CDO9s in like drift cars making 800 horsepower for like 2 or 3 seasons and haven't had an issue with it. I've had my CDO9, or technically it's a JK40C out of a 370Z in my drift car for 2 seasons, making around, I'd say like 380 to 400, clutch kicking it, beating the crap out of it. You know, I have the Collins adapter kit with the twin plate, but I don't know, and it's perfectly fine. I mean, I go to drift events, I beat the shit out of it. I mean, I'll be like, especially at like IMI, like I like slip the clutch and do like that, like behind people, and you know, I don't know, it's working. So, but that's the plan. I'm putting a CDO or JK40C in this thing. Yeah.
So why not T56 over CDO9?
Why not? I don't know. T56 is
is old.
like
They're
T56
just not
like
as good.
Magnums.
Yeah.
They're expensive, you know.
You can get like a brand new from Nissan CDO9 for like the same price as like a decent T56 that's used.
Yeah.
I think they're 1,500.
Dave, what are you doing over there?
Huh? Well, if you're gonna primer that, you might as well primer this.
Oh damn! All right. Well, Ty, you entertain real quick. I gotta go potty.
He has to go to the little girl's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom in the shop.
Well, don't blow it up too big.
What trans is best for an i300? I guess, I mean, it depends, because you can go with like just a basic W58,
For what?
like an IS300.
I
You
mean,
can go like an
it just depends what you're
R154.
gonna do with it.
Yeah, it just depends on your goals, power, application. Are you gonna just
I mean,
street drive it, or are you gonna rip it?
R box of my 1.5J like was fine,
Mhm.
450.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a stock one, they're
Yeah. Then clutch works. Or shift works. How many cars do we have out? $7M or 1JZ?
No.
1JZ.
no 7Ms.
Yeah,
use
don't
them.
even try and touch 7M if you
They blow
don't
head
have to.
gaskets with aftermarket headsets.
Yeah.
Were they getting Dave?
No. I just,
They're not getting Dave.
no, not a little bit.
All right, we're gonna start a segment of this video called Trigger Dave.
Trigger means on what?
Let's trigger Dave.
So, yeah, so gear ratios and the 6 speeds, I mean, a lot of that can be adjusted via like final drives and stuff too. So, I mean, it's not, you don't have to stick to just what the tranny is, like the T56 versus a CD09. Right,
Yeah,
Dave?
Unless you get a T56 for cheap, I wouldn't get one. They're so old and they've all been beaten on.
Yeah, unless it's like a new
Well, there's
T56.
There's
like,
different T56s. There's like the new like TR 6060.
Yeah, they're like $2,500. But
Yeah, and then there's like the T56 Magnums and things like that. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about them, but I don't know. I like the Nissan tranny.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Nissan tranny's like brand new, like 2016, 2017. Like
yeah,
Well,
it's just new technology.
2011. Like mine's a 2011.
But that car only had like no miles on it.
Yeah, but
Do I sell cars? I used to sell cars, not anymore. I did it for about eight or so months.
And then I made Ty quit his job.
Yeah, and I quit my job. Trevor did.
I was like, hey Ty, why don't you quit your job? He's like, why? And I was like, I want to give a car away.
Yeah.
And then
So I quit my job.
Ty quit his job. So Dave didn't have to quit his job though. I made him quit dick in the shop for a while though.
His job quit him.
Yeah.
That's fine though, David.
Yeah, I mean, enjoyment reverse like income.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of mostly why I quit selling cars. Is, I mean, yeah, there was times where the money was really good, and I mean, you don't really have to do a whole lot of work, but you're still there for 60 hours a week. And
Yeah, it's just like
you're there every holiday. Yeah, there's days a good week where you're sitting there for like 4 hours doing like almost nothing.
Yeah, that's the same like with me.
It's just,
like
yeah.
I might have been like sitting there, but like my work was already done, but you
Yeah.
still had to be there.
So Dave's job. Dave used to work at Cummins, but not anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
used to design shit for him.
Yeah, he designed shit for him, and then he designed shit for himself. And that was about it. What's the next build outside the Supra? I don't know. I'll probably try to clean up some of these builds that need it around the shop.
Yeah, I need to get rid of some of the crap I have laying around. So like the Civic, I want to do some stuff with the Turbo Civic. I want to like actually buy like a nice tucked engine bay harness, put probably a decent turbo on it, do a quick paint job on it, and make a little bit of power, have some fun on the streets with it, and then probably sell it. Need to finish the Datsun, but I'm probably not going to paint it because I'm not happy with the paint on it and where it's at, but I would like to get it to where it's like a more drivable state as far as like fuel system, like seats, interior, little things like that. The van, I need to get the van done and sell it. I'd like to tune the Crown Vic. I mean, the Crown Vic has been sitting outside for months. Shit, I've almost had that thing a year. Like,
Yeah.
ever since like the whole Haggard Garage like challenge. What was that, Dave?
I was gonna say something about Howard Garage.
Oh, all right. Quit.
No, so the Supra will just have the stock twin turbo rear end, so just the twin turbo diff. It's not gonna have a Ford or anything in it.
I mean, I could. People do the 8.8 rears on
Yeah,
them.
yeah, you Ford 8.8s and they have like Explorers and stuff, but the twin turbo diff is pretty strong.
The bad thing is it has like the torsion.
LSD.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's torsion LSD, but I mean that car over there had like 31,000 miles on it. So, I mean the diff is basically brand new, which is cool. So I think this thing's almost ready for some primer. I'd
Yeah,
say-
it'll have twin turbo brakes.
Yeah, I got the twin turbo brakes, twin turbo diff, twin turbo fuel pump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's technically an upgrade. It is.
Yeah, flows more fuel.
It is. What else? VTEC. For those of you guys who remember, like my part 2 or whatever, or part 3 of the Supra video, where I actually like. So, going back to Ty's S2000 thing, Ty had the S2000. Here, will you follow? And then so I could attempt to not get distracted. So Ty's S2000 thing, basically Ty paid me in the F22C, which needs rebuilt, and the 6-speed tranny out of that thing. Which if you guys have seen like the turbo, like S2000 like videos on the internet, it's like holy shit, you could make some damn power with the S2000 engine, and it's so small and it's so light and nobody's done it, and you can make, you know, people easily make like 800 horse on the stock like S2000 engines, and so I was like, well, that would be kind of tight. I mean, so I really was thinking about that. I still think it would be cool, but I mean, me being really liking Jay-Z's, kind of the point of having a Supra and why I initially really wanted one so bad was just the fact that they came factory with a 2JZ in them, and that's why I wanted it, is because I love the 2JZ in my drift car. I love the 2JZ in the giveaway car, but it didn't come factory in there. Whereas this, it came factory, and that's what I thought would be cool, is to actually just kind of have something, I don't know, that was more so factory with a 2J. So you'd have more creature comforts and stuff, and have everything work. Which the giveaway cars, honestly, like, you know, I feel like we did a good job doing that, and getting that to like that almost like OEM style. The only thing we didn't really do was the AC. So.
FT1 not having clicks.
I feel like this thing's
Pretty straight.
I feel like it's ready for some primer.
Oh, so yeah, someone asked about the wiring harness that we used on the giveaway cars. Actually, the like full tuck wire harness from Wiring Specialties. And Trevor, you do have a discount code for them, right? If they want to get
it's
harness.
I believe it's 10% off, and it's WS Motion Auto TV in all caps on Wiring Specialties website. So, which is really cool, because I mean, like you're like, oh, 10%. That's not like giving me a harness for free, but like you take 10% off of like an $800 harness, that's $80, you know?
Yeah. Or if you add all the options, like
exactly.
You know,
so like
it can be easily $1,000. So
like that would easily be like basically the Dakota Digital like and Speedo and TAC converter, which is like an extra $150 or $200. That's almost like getting that for free in a sense, you know, or making it more worth doing that. But so Dave, are you really gonna make me prime that, eh?
Well, I mean, you could give me the gun and I'll primer it.
Use what?
I mean, you could just give me some extra and I'll primer it.
Oh. Is that right?
I mean, my other cover came out good, so.
What cover?
The Jeep one, I think.
Is that right, David? Is that right?
Yeah.
Should I just flip over? I don't really want to scuff the bottom of that hood right now. Or should I?
If you're gonna primer it, you're gonna need stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna scuff the bottom. I'm just gonna hit it with the sealer. I'm just gonna seal the bottom of it and spray it because it doesn't need any bodywork on the bottom.
You're not gonna scuff it.
I don't want to scuff it right now, for the sake of.
I mean, you're gonna need to scuff it.
Yeah, but it'll take. I don't know. I guess I could go over there and scuff it. I could probably go over there and scuff it. Do you think I should go over there and scuff it?
you could.
All right, we're moving along. Well, because I figured if I didn't scuff it tonight, then I could actually like primer like the hood and that little piece of the engine bay in like a movie, in like the live stream, and then people would get to see primer live.
Live primer.
Live primer, guys. Who would rather see live primer versus
Another episode.
or me scuffing the bottom of a Supra hood in the preparations for that? Oh, and I would also like to know if you guys enjoy this, like, essentially like hanging out in the shop, like style of video. This is pretty low impact. I could probably do this just tomorrow, maybe. What do you think? Maybe I'll just spend 5 minutes and scuff it tonight. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Is there any other good questions or things that people are saying?
They're kind of coming fast. I'm trying to grab the good ones as they come in. Someone said do like a monthly stream. They like it, you know, so just
Kinda
like once a month.
Like a
Yeah.
pre deal so that people aren't, it isn't just some random thing that I
Like
decided to
scheduled almost.
Yeah, so it's not some random thing I decided to do at 9 o'clock at night. Like, hey, we should like go live today since I didn't have a movie. What do you guys think about the throwback tee?
Some guy called it the Watch Dogs tee again.
The Watch Dogs tee?
Yeah. So the giveaway car is getting picked up tomorrow by like the shipping company, so that'll be heading out to Thomas, you know, sometime this, you know, in the week and next week. So sad to see it go, but excited
But love
to get
to
it.
watch you leave.
Yeah, excited to get it in his hands.
No, I'm excited to get it out of the shop because
It's like there, and you like worry about like scratching it.
No, it's just like distracting.
It's just, yeah, it's distracting because it's too nice sitting there. You don't want to walk around it. You don't want to like sand on the Supra. You know, you don't want to get it dirty. You don't want to like moving it in and out and leaving it outside. And, you know, I mean, it's like a big like relief not having something so nice like sitting in the shop that isn't yours, you know? Like if it was ours, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Because, you know, if David ran into it, I could just, you know, take it out of his ass. But instead, it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of a pain in the butt having something nice around. And it like demotivates me when there's something pretty sitting there that could potentially get like messed up.
Pretty much anything you know,
Yeah.
I want to take the Datsun home and like, I want to move the S14 underneath that because like, I'm not really going to be driving the S14 this winter. I want to like take the insurance off of it, you know, put it in like storage insurance and then put it under there under a cover. Cause I think they charge like $100 a month for that thing. Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
For what?
For my S14 to insure it. So like if I just throw it a tarp on it underneath that, take the Datsun home, stuff it sideways, have a 3-car garage in my 2-car garage, and it'd probably be good.
Just someone asked you if you think 2Js will be like hard to find in like the next 5 to 10 years, and they're actually getting
You know what?
They
kind of difficult,
so
but
much stuff in Japan.
but yeah, if you go to
I mean,
Japan, they would just have like these huge warehouses and yards just full of cars that have all these engines.
I don't know, honestly, because
they came in
like,
so much
so
stuff.
when I first bought my 2JZ for the S14, it was $1,800, like everything, wiring harness, MAF, ECU, igniter, everything, like $1,800, you know, plus shipping. But I ended up picking it up. Right now they're on eBay for like $2,100, like $2,000 plus shipping. You know, somewhere in there you can see them. Like sometimes it's like $2,100 free shipping. You know, so they've went up at least $200 because I haven't really been able to see any of them for like $1,800 or so anymore. So I definitely say the price is going to go up, especially, you know, on the VVTIs, because I feel like there's so much more, like, because of the YouTube thing, and there's so many other people that are doing like 2J VVTIs, 1J VVTIs, and, you know, at first nobody wanted a VVTI because they're like, oh, VVTIs are shit, you can't tune them and whatever. And then like people could tune them. Like, I don't know, if you read anything, like people like almost prefer VVTIs now because you can tune them and they're not that hard to tune. It's just if somebody, you know, actually needs to know how to, like, what VVTI is and how to tune it, you know. But You know, or you could just be a shithead like me and put it on stock ECU. You know, like the giveaway car, and make 442 horsepower on 16 pounds on a single turbo. You know, like I don't know, like that. If I seen somebody on YouTube do that, I would go buy one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
until N54s just start getting available and everyone puts those
just
in.
the maintenance on an N54 though, and the bad thing about like that, because you have the low pressure fuel pump, the high pressure fuel pump, you know, the direct injection, all that stuff, and then like the whole like BMW, how everything's like electronic and integrates with the cluster and the buttons on the, you know, the steering wheel and the ECUs and tuning them, and you know, I feel like the N54 would be kind of a hard engine to swap into something, so it's not going to be like a 2J, but I would say if you leave them in that car, you know, if you get a 335i, like that would be a hell of a drift car, you know, leave that shit stock, like throw a single on it and throw a JB4 on it with a different tune on it, and shit, you got, you
600
know,
horse.
yeah, at least. Like, I'm curious to see what Adams is going to do with
Connected.
Uh-oh.
We're reconnecting. I'm going to put RIP.
No, I got some
Oh, now you got to start over.
Why?
Yeah, because I reconnected and started a new feed.
It doesn't start a new feed. It just shows that does.
I wonder if I wonder how the battery's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Can we see how the battery's doing? It was 100%. Yeah, you could go off it real quick.
BRB.
Okay,
Okay.
we're back. Yeah, so we're at 44%. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
That's not terrible. Hey, Dave, we should almost put on some no copyright sounds music on the. Yeah, do it. Yeah, but then I have to use my.
My stomach hurts. I thought about going
Ty's-
home.
Ty's tummy?
Yeah, I'm not feeling good.
Oh. What happened?
I don't know. I've been feeling good the past few days. Ever since Saturday. Just not felt like 100%.
It's not good. So we're putting you guys on the
trickle charge.
On the trickle charge. We got the extension cord and the charger over here. So I'm not going to finish scuffing this thing tonight because I just want to get it primed and go home. Oh, I got new stands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to prime some stuff real quick. That's going to be that is the current mission is to get this hood primered and the radiator support primered before we end the live feed for tonight. So what are we at? Like, how many minutes have we been on?
We're close to an hour, 50 some minutes or something.
Okay, so probably like an hour and a half, maybe. Dave, you better hurry up over there. You better hurry up.
Yeah, Jesse was here last night, so he's still around. He just works and stuff, and got him a girlfriend. So, but he's still here and there.
What about Ty? Is Ty still here?
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think about drop knuckles on street cars?
I think it's cool to get like correct suspension geometry, because especially if you're really low, I would say that it makes a hell of a difference, you know, because you could actually get your suspension in the right like curve, like the curve of everything, because you could be low and have like correct suspension geometry. So I think that like drop knuckles on a street car are really good. I should probably put them drop knuckles on the front of my drift car so I could lower it down a little bit, but then I wouldn't be able to like monster truck over bumps and stuff.
Would you ever LS swap the S14? So the S14 was LS twice before the 2J. So
It's been LS.
like 3 times. They had a LS1, then it had a 6-liter, then there's a 4.8 over there. So I mean, there's old videos of LS.
It was LS1, 6-liter, LS1. No, it was. So here's the timeline: LS1, 6-liter, 1JZ, then LS1 again.
Yep. And now 2J.
Now 2J. 2J is the longest engine that's ever been in there.
Yeah, so Trevor had a KA that he drifted in first in the Integra S13, and it blew up like 4 times.
I blew it up.
So
I don't even know how many times.
it was like put it together, drive an event, blow it up, put it together, drive it together.
You down the straight before you initiated and blew up.
Yeah.
David. Hey, you know who's over there watching you build that motor too? David?
That's fine. Remember when I told you, remember I was like, so how do you clearance these rings? And you're like, oh, they're stock standard bore.
No, the pistons were supposed to be standard bore.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you? Blew up.
So Trevor, do you know what you're doing with the rainy day Supra yet? We keep getting asked.
Secret.
It's a secret because he doesn't know. That's why. It's gonna sit here for another year or 2 probably.
I don't know, so a lot of people wanted me to build it. You know, they were like, why don't you just build that one instead of dealing with that crazy basket case that you have? And I would have to agree, you know, that I probably should have, but then like, what would I do with this one if I built that one? Because like, and this one's gonna be better. I mean, it's a hard top. It's like super straight. It's gonna have all the premium interior out of that one. I don't know.
And this one just has a little bit more like story, history.
Yeah,
I mean, there's more to it than just. Yeah.
I don't want to like abandon it because there's something easier that came along.
Exactly. It's one of those things like it'll all be worth it in the end type deals, even though it doesn't make sense.
Carson's college fund. How about that? How about that?
Carson's college fund.
College fund.
But you're gonna need like 3 Supras by the time she gets to college.
Oh, I hope I have like 10. Hey, if any of you guys know of any Mark IV Toyota Supras for sale, hit me up. I need another one. Right, Dave? Dave wants one.
Oh, an FD.
Oh, if you guys have an FDRX7 for sale, let me know. I want an FDRX7. Dave wants an FDRX7.
Well, I have a few that I need to put in something.
Why don't you just rebuild the rotary?
The rotor's a piece of shit.
David!
What?
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Let me just chat. No, we're just moving the drift car out because he's gonna primer the hood and the core support. Yeah, the drift cart is obnoxiously loud.
Are they talking crap to you, Ty?
No, not really.
Oh, that's good. Tell them they need to.
Dave went non-VVTI because he just got a deal. That's why. Because he didn't even want it to, Jay. David just likes Dave's deals.
I do deals.
Dave's deals. It could be like CA, and as long as it's a deal, Dave will get it.
I mean, if there's a CA, it'd have to be like $1 because Pieces of shit too.
It's not A, it's not CA, it's not brothers.
Hey, where's that?
Where's that what?
Is this that rag you're using?
You know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. We're gonna see how things go. You know, I'd love to be able to stick around and help around the shop and everything, but we'll just have to see.
What were they asking you?
They're gonna ask if I was gonna go get another real job.
You guys gonna do time to work for Brazzers?
For Brazzers, yeah. I hear Brazzers is hiring. It's a joke. Hey Dave, they want to know where you're gonna put your half-done 2J project. Where are you gonna store it at?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I don't know if there's gonna be like an actual video of this segment. The next one will probably just be hoping to paint the jams and stuff. So that's why we're just doing a little bit of a stream. There's just been, you guys have seen this 20 times already, so I figured we'd give you some behind the scenes primer, and then maybe some color for the next video. No, it's RIP Dave's knees because of the winter. Alright guys, we're just gonna take you out for 1 second. Take you off the mount. No, Dave wears this shirt every day because he has like 100 of them.
No,
That's why.
I don't remember what shirt I wore yesterday. Well, it wasn't, I think it's red.
Yeah.
No, Dave does. Dave does like them shirts.
Yeah. If you guys want to see Dave's knockoff shirts, go visit his channel.
Roadbash TV.
Roadbash TV.
BigCartel.com. Right, Dave? How many of those things did you order?
A box.
A box.
A box.
So someone asked, how did you and Adam meet?
He made a video and he was talking about him and Taylor Ray buying a 350Z for a drift car, and they were talking about how they wanted something stock and reliable that they could drift and not have any issues with, but that was at the same time that I was trying to sell my 1JZ S13 hatch. And so I sent Adam an email and I sent Taylor an email at the same time, and I sent him the link to like that review video that I did of it. I was like, hey, you guys should buy this, like a 1JZ VVTi swapped S13 hatch, basically exactly what Nicole's car is right now, and you know, not as clean obviously, but so I told them to buy it. So I think that's what kind of got them familiar with me in my channel, and then I knew David Patterson from the previous year's SEMA, and then I went out to Atlanta and hung out with him. So he knew Adam, so when we were at SEMA, Adam kind of introduced me to him, you know, and then we had something to talk about, which was the 1J hatch, and I told him, you know, I was talking crap to him. I was like, oh, you should have bought my 1JZ hatch, and I don't know. I told him, we hung out a little bit there, and then I told him, I was like, hey, if you ever need, you know, I was like, let's swap, you know, your car like with a 1J, and he's like, how long do you think it would take? I was like, oh, we could do it in a weekend. So I think he thought I was kind of joking around, and then it came time. Me and Jamie went out there to Orlando to go to Disneyland when she was pregnant, and then we stopped by his house, hung out with him then, and then we went to, then basically talked about the whole 1JZ thing again. I told him we should swap his car, and then he had that issue with Nicole's car, you know, where he blew up the the engine in it, and then he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, do you wanna come help me swap a 1J in a weekend?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So
It's all history.
And that's pretty much pretty much how it went. So that's the timeline.
So I saw you guys. Someone mentioned something about Hager Garage beef. There's no Hager Garage beef at all. Like I said, the only thing Trevor we've ever done with Hager Garage was the burnout challenge, but there's no beef. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any issue with Hager Garage.
So
I mean,
yeah.
I met him in actually like officially met him when I was in Florida helping him swap the 1JZ.
Yeah.
You know.
Except for that song that just came out.
What song? But
David.
I mean, that's not
I don't necessarily like agree with everything that they do with cars, but you know.
Hey, to each their own, right?
I mean, like, yes, it's. I mean, that's.
Dave's reaction face.
Oh no, Dave, we can't have the crunching.
Yeah.
Dave's crunching. Dave did a live stream of him eating cereal.
It was critical.
Yeah.
A live stream eating cereal.
So any plans to work with Chris, or I mean, BS for Build?
I'm assuming we're gonna, hang out with him at SEMA,
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah. So Trevor and Chris talk. I mean, you guys know Chris did the 2J BRZ, and so they had some conversations about that. But there's nothing set in stone ever about collabs or projects or.
I mean, if we could work out something fun to do, like I think Chris would be a really cool guy to do like a challenge, like a budget challenge with, just because our channels are so similar in that aspect. I think that would be really cool to do something. So, I mean, I'm open for stuff like that for sure. Should probably do more than just that. Yeah, there's also a Saab up in his neck of the woods that I'm waiting for. That's gonna go up on the auction. So, maybe if I end up getting something like that, might end up running up there and going and saying what up. But yeah. If you guys are wondering, this is a high build primer, but it is a direct to metal high build primer. So which means that you can apply it over bare metal, because I did go down to bare metal in a couple spots. And so yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. But high build primer is essential for like making anything nice.
Your paint job's only as good as your prep, right, Trevor?
Yeah. So this one, I mean, it's got years of prep. Seriously, it's gonna be a little over a year of prep. It's random, but I mean, things always just get in the way. Life happens, and you gotta focus on certain other aspects of things. But I'd say if anybody's ever bored, or they find themselves like getting off work and they don't have anything to do, or they don't necessarily have anything to look forward to during the weekend, I would say get a project car. Like or kid.
Don't just go get a kid.
But I'd say the project car is cheaper.
Debatable.
Well, it depends. I guess.
Aaron just skipped the whole beginning step.
Yeah. Ooh, someone sent us an FD in Jacksonville, so we'll have to check that out. Thanks.
Email, or where did they send it?
Just a message to the page.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, FDRX7, R32 GTR, or Supra.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the options.
FD.
Those are FD. What else? Ty's not paying attention. He's texting his girlfriend.
Yeah, she was texting me. I hadn't replied in like hours, so.
She's working.
Working. Look at Dave working. Look at him.
Hey Dave, did you get that thing all sanded and ready to go?
Sanded for the first coat.
Okay.
So I'm reducing the high build primer a little bit because it's pretty thick, and I don't want it, like, if you leave it just kind of how it is, it'll almost spray out like textured, and I'm not trying to really fill any like high or any like deep scratches or anything with it. I'm just kind of trying to get it to cover a little bit, so I'm just thinning it down a little bit, and it makes it a lot easier to sand it later on too. So you don't have to cut through all the grit. Whereas if you're trying to fill like scratches or something, then it's perfect. So it's like spray on like body filler. What did you hear David in there?
He's just giving him giggles.
He was giggling.
Yeah.
David giggles like a schoolgirl sometimes. Oh, geez.
Alright guys, so we're an hour coming. We're about to get to the whole point of this stream.
The whole point. Well,
get you some live primer.
Some live primer, yeah. Some live primer. I thought about doing a video where the Supra moves under its own power, and I was gonna like get a drill and stick it up in the hub, and then run like a wire, you know, and then like just have the drill like on the wheel and tire, and then like drive it in.
Just
and
get
out of
the get the impact because it's got
well, the
all the
impact
torque.
would, I mean, that might work, but the drill would actually like move it. The impact would just like rattle on it.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, you want to get the shot of the primer going in the gun?
Ooh, it's the magic right here.
Yep. That primer though. All right, ready to spray. Other than masks, we need masks. There's my mask. How you want a mask?
I'll just stand back.
You'll stand back.
Yeah.
You should probably turn on the.
The fan.
I mean, I'm not really. Well, the hood. The hood will make.
Or I could just set you up on the mount and plug you in because you probably need battery while you primer. So I'm gonna put you back on the mount. Ooh, this freaking mount. Sorry guys, I'm trying to put it back on the tripod. Oh wow.
Hazy.
There's two masks. There's a mask right there, and then there's another mask.
Let's go sit in the office with the door shut.
Yeah, but then we don't have no time narration.
Well, it's just primer.
Just primer. Alright, Dave's thing first. I gotta make sure it's spraying good.
You don't even put your mask on.
It's not hazy in here yet.
No, we should all be wearing masks.
Yeah.
I mean, you only notice it the first day.
Look at that texture, Dave.
That's fine. It needs to be sanded anyway.
I think I need to thin it down a little bit more. But that works good for David's portion. Have it a little bit thicker. David likes it thick.
Dave likes when you put it on thick. That's super.
Alright. I'm not trying this front little bit.
Someone said Dave's knees are thick.
Well, I mean, Dave does have some pretty thick knees.
Don't forget to do the backside.
You just monitor comments from over here.
My damn legs are like. moment you realize you mixed too much primer.
Oh, no, because I have a hood to do.
You do the whole hood.
No.
That hood is going to take plenty.
The top?
Mm-hmm.
And the bottom?
No, just
No,
the top.
just top.
What about these wing caps? You didn't sand those.
Really quick. Oh, the other thing I wanted to find was
Hey.
the mirrors, the Gandor mirrors.
No, don't use those.
I'm going to use the Gandor mirrors.
Dude, the Gandor mirrors are sick.
Yeah.
They're so like expensive and tight.
The Gandor mirrors are dope.
They're tight. That RX-7 that we were looking at had one. Adam, Dave, that purple one.
Are we ready for another coat?
Well. I wish you would have hit me back up about that FD. That purple one. I would have fucking loved that. That was tight.
Yeah, this is like a little too thick for the hood as far as what I want to do on that. That's good for that. That's nice and high build. High build.
Alright, bud, hurry and reduce it so we can get people on their way. Yeah.
I want to let this flash for a second, and
Then hit it again.
hit it a little bit more with the thicker pieces. You got that mess?
Under 500.
Awesome. That's good. That's really good. You know, when you mix too much primer, you want to prime all Supra again.
Might as well.
Huh?
What's up with everybody getting engaged today?
Who?
Like 3 people on Facebook.
Ooh, this fucking thing got caught.
How are you entertaining people?
Yeah. People aren't saying a whole lot.
Nobody's saying anything.
No, just watching.
I'm wondering, like, what the hell is really going on here?
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's really going on here. Shit, I've had this thing a year and it's not painted yet. That's kind of terrible. I feel bad. Yeah, we should probably get that fan going. Dave, will you start that one up?
Oops.
Hold it out.
The exhaust fan.
unsubscribing. Same thing.
Some guy said he's unsubscribing because he doesn't understand how prep works. Someone asked about what gun you shoot.
Oh, what primer gun? Okay, so I use a Sharp Bay. It's like a Finex FX 3000 or something for primer for the most part. Oh shit, he saw unsubscribe and he jumped. That's funny. Can you just leave the Supra and primer and do a gloss coat? So technically I could just like clear coat over the primer, but I don't know. I mean, you could pretty much clear coat over anything and it would look all right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that is primer. So the color is gonna be that red.
Oh. The infrared fire, or whatever it is.
So this is the color right there. You love primer. I do love primer. I don't know. Like primer is like an essential. It's an essential piece of the puzzle. You know, just in order to get it right. I don't know. I mean, I do feel bad. Like there's been so many primer videos, but there needs to be a lot of primer. I don't know. It sucks that there does need to be that much damn primer. But professional guy would have done it in a week, mint and
Brandon.
yeah. I mean, like Brandon he would have probably got it done in a week. You know, if that was the only thing he was doing. I don't know. And like I said, I know how to do. Like, I'm like a self-taught body man, and like Brandon really helped me out. Like showing me other things, but just kind of when I walk around, I don't know. I don't come here and I spend like specific like 8-hour days on it either. So Brandon, the body guy, he was doing. He went up north because he was doing like a big hell job, so he's almost done with that. So he's been kind of out for a while. So he'll come down here every once in a while on the weekend or something. But you know, he's busy with his other stuff. But yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that's. I don't know. Somebody asked how much it costs to rent a shop like this. It's like between like $1,000 and $1,500 a month, typically, somewhere in there, depending on where you're at. Like if this, I'll turn off the little fan right there. I don't know, if this shop was like in Denver, it would be probably $2,500 a month, but I obviously don't pay that here. So yeah, Dave's little thing looks pretty good. Not pretty good, but it's gonna after he sands it. So we get that all primered. You could still see that you know, this thing's still flashing off a little bit, and then we also got the primer up in the front. Basically, I just did the radiator support because there's a couple little low spots, and you know, where somebody had pulled the engine and tranny out of here and kind of banged it up a little bit. So that's pretty much why there's this other primer video, is because, you know, once you do body work like that, you pretty much have to do some sort of like filler over it, or, you know, finish it with icing and then like sand it all the way down with like 320 or something. But even then, it seems like that stuff likes to shrink back a little bit if you don't actually kind of primer over it and sand it that way. Yeah, I don't know. I do feel bad that there's been so many damn primer videos. I wish I could have like just painted this damn thing within like 3 months, or, you know, a month of when I got it. But I don't know, it just kind of turned into it wasn't supposed to be like that it wasn't going to be like a show car paint job. And then like as it's progressed, like I've just kind of turned it into that. And then I get to a certain point and then I'll overlook certain things. And then I like remember, then I look at the rest of the car and I'm like, well, the rest of the car is going to be so nice if I don't spend the extra time and do this. And then, you know, like I said, the giveaway car thing, I focused, you know, that took a little bit more time than I thought. I don't know, you know, life and stuff happens. So that's pretty much it. Build the black Supra as a factory kitted car. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because like these cars aren't perfect from the factory either. You know, there's you know little imperfections and stuff in them, but this one's gonna be damn straight. Like it's especially like compared to like when we got it. I mean, there's dents in the quarter panel over here. The whole roof was wavy. You know, this back quarter panel over here was all messed up. I mean, it's definitely went through some changes. But yeah, it's like I said, it's gonna be close to perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. You know, I don't know. It kind of scares me too because I wanted to like have this car as a driver's car. Like I actually wanted to be able to drive it myself and not be scared to necessarily drive it on the road. And in a couple of the first Supra videos, I mentioned like leaving it how it was, you know, like exactly how it was. You know, the mismatched body panels and all the rust and stuff on it. And a part of me almost wishes that I really would have left it exactly like that, because I wouldn't be scared to take it to car meets or take it to the drag strip or drift it or, you know, just kind of be belligerent in a way, is because I wouldn't have had all this time and effort and money in the bodywork and the prep and, you know, the hours, you know, and that's what's going to make it hard for me to like want to take this thing on like a road trip or, you know, is just because all of the, you know, like rock chips and stuff. So I guess kind of the plan is I am going to drive this car though. I mean, it's not going to sit around. I don't know. I'm going to drive as much as I can. But I'm probably going to like clear bra the whole front of it. And then like the top of the, you know, probably like the upper portion of the roof and the A-pillars and all that stuff, just so that, you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, any issues. If you guys seen that, the Ammo NYC, how they basically clear bra'd the whole car on his after they did his Porsche. And I think that would be cool too, to do the whole thing. But somebody just asked how the baby's doing good, Jamie's doing good, house is doing good. All that stuff that was, you know, stressing me out about the house and you know, having the baby and doing the Supra at the same time, that's pretty much gone. You know, now that the giveaway car's all done and should be out of here tomorrow, you know, that definitely takes some stress off me, as well as the only other thing that's kind of has me stressed out is the you know, shipping orders and not being able to, you know, actually get the stuff in time, and you know, just running into issues like that, and you know, getting emails, and I just feel bad, you know, not being able to like fulfill an order like the instant we got it, you know, having to like put it on the back burner or wait for a shipment to come in, or you know, wait for a company to mess with the hats and stuff. That kind of sucked. But I'd beat you in my SRT4 as the Supra sits. I hope so. Take your time, dude. It'll pay off. Yeah, I like seeing the positive comments. All you guys, I know a lot of you guys are pumped about you know, the progress on the Supra, but other guys get upset. I call for a Florida recount. I'm pretty sure I won the S14. I mean, there's not much, you know. Are you stressed? I don't know. I'm kind of stressed sometimes. I mean, the whole YouTube thing, and you know, a baby in a house and a kid and a girlfriend, and you know, it's like you gotta spend time on them all. So sometimes it's kind of hard to balance that stuff. Build black one to sell. Hey Dave, what are the plans for 2018?
Build a house.
You're gonna build a house? Hopefully with a big damn shop so I can move all my shit there.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
That would be really tight.
Maybe you build a house at your shop and I'll just move all my shit there.
Why?
Cause.
Yeah. Tight. I don't know. My plans for 2018, I kind of want to build a different drift chassis. I mean, my S14's been on the channel for like 5 years now, you know, and it's, I mean, I've driven that thing and drifted it. I kind of want to build something else. You know, I don't know. I'm not taking drifting like too serious, just because I enjoy driving, and I enjoy like the building of the car and, you know, the changes and all that stuff. Whereas my S14, it's set up pretty well. It's pretty reliable. I mean, I'd kind of like to build another car. It'd be a nice reason to like build another car for myself. But I don't know. I thought, I don't even know what chassis I would go to. I would like to do, I thought about like a 2015 Mustang with like a 2J in it would be cool, or like a 2015 like EcoBoost Mustang, but then boost the EcoBoost engine pretty good, or do like 2015 Mustang, but then do like a truck like V6 EcoBoost in it. I think that would be kind of cool, something along those lines. Or just leave the Coyote in it, leave it stock, and just drift the shit out of it, and you know, make it super reliable. But I don't know, stuff like that. I don't know. I would like to do another giveaway in 2018. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure, you know, what car, you know, it would be, or what would be cool. Definitely another build. You know, I like the aspect of like building a car. I don't want to just go out and buy a car and, you know, bolt stuff on it and then call it a giveaway car. I would like to kind of actually do like a little bit more of a build on stuff. But giveaway Dave's knee. All right, guys. Well, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end her here for the night. I gotta go home. It's almost 11 here in Colorado. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little, you know, live primer video. Some of you guys, so you could see kind of the streaks on it, just, you know, certain parts drying. But yeah, the plan is to get the jams painted tomorrow night, and then that'll probably be the video you guys maybe see on Friday or Saturday, something like that. And then before SEMA, this thing is going to be painted. So within the next week, the Supra will 100%, it will be painted. You know, that's my goal. Is, you know, like I said, basically before SEMA, it's going to be painted. So, I mean, I guess you guys don't have to wait too much longer. There can't be too many more primer videos in between there. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching, you know, sticking around. I don't even know exactly how long this live stream ended up being, but there's been almost, you know, 400 or 500 people here, it seems like, the whole time. So I appreciate that, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. You know, like I said, I was just kind of like hanging out. And I could have probably got some stuff done a little bit faster on it, but I enjoy kind of talking to you guys and answering the questions and interacting a little bit. But I don't think we're gonna do a burnout unless I do a burnout in the drift car or something. But yeah, we do make the streets primer. So, all right, guys. Well, again, I'll. Oh, Dave, do you want to do an excursion burnout? Oh, it popped an intercooler coupler. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I do kind of feel bad that, do what?
You can burn out the camera.
I do kind of feel bad that there's not something to do a burnout in. A tie saw burnout.
Yeah,
There's no clutch. The clutch already slips.
The clutch will burn out.
Yeah, we burn out the clutch.
We make the streets primer. I don't know. Burnout Dave's knees. Should we do it a burnout? I could do a burnout with the grinder on Dave's knees.
Burn your knees out.
Actually, hold on. Dave, come here. Dave, come here. Hey, Ty, hold on. No, hold on. We're gonna do a burnout in something. We're gonna burn some rubber, guys. Before you guys leave, I'm promise you, we're gonna burn some rubber on something.
What's something that drives out there? It burns rubber.
The KA car.
No.
Hey, look at this. Hold on, guys. We're gonna get you a burnout. Are you guys ready? You guys ready for this? Where should we do it?
Do it on the primer.
Do it on the primer. All right. You guys ready for this? Or Ty, you come hold this.
Yeah. What is this?
All right, here we go. Here's a burnout.
One wheel pill.
Wow, it even smells like a burnout. It would probably actually smoke on the Ty, what are those? So yeah, that was the magic eraser burnout. So
Open diff.
yeah, one tire fire. Yeah. All right, guys.
My mess I cleaned up. So you can't say
Mark?
I didn't.
Look at Dave.
Yeah.
Oh look, Ty actually cleaned up his mess. Not.
I cleaned my mess up too. I just didn't clean up the pressure wash off of all
Yeah,
the grease.
Dave
and stuff
pressure
off the
washed all, like shit outside and left like these big goops of grease and shit on it.
Alright, I'm out.
All right, bye, Ty.
You're not gonna warm up your car at all?
Just started warming up.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
My heated seats on.
Yeah. Yeah.
gonna-
So
he's
we
Turn his beater
me, Ty, Dave, Jamie, we're all gonna be at SEMA. So if you guys are out there, say what up. But I'm gonna let you guys go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go home. See you guys later.